While you monitor and control project work, you often have to suggest changes to get things back on track or prevent future problems. If these changes are approved, they can impact a project's baselines. So updates to the project management plan, including the scope, schedule, and cost baselines, are one output of the monitor and control project work process. Besides updates to the overall project management plan and subsidiary project baselines, there are 3 other outputs of the monitor and control project work process. You issue change requests to recommend corrective or preventive action, or to repair defects. For instance, you might issue a change request to incorporate a feature a client requests in a software program. If the request is approved, work to add the feature can go ahead. Work performance reports are the result of processing the raw work performance data and placing the resulting information in a format that stakeholders can easily understand. Reports are used to raise awareness, generate discussions, and make decisions. Examples of project documents are work instructions, the project risk register, and the issue log. As changes are made to the project, all documents containing information impacted by the changes must be updated. The remainder of the topic will look more closely at the interaction between 2 of the outputs, change requests and project management plan updates. Let me ask you this. What do you think might happen if baselines are not updated as a result of change control activities? Imagine a project where the scope has increased to include extra work, but the schedule baseline hasn't been updated. With extra work added, it probably won't be realistic to try to meet the original delivery date. But without updating the baseline, reporting can't be done accurately, so the results of any subsequent monitoring and controlling will be skewed. I'll use a scenario to illustrate what I mean. Margaret is managing a project that's part of a larger program to develop and market a new type of ammonia-free fertilizer. This new fertilizer will increase corn and wheat crop yields while minimizing health risks to humans and animals. During the course of the project, Margaret will have to make several updates to baselines, but we'll get to that later. The scope of the project includes developing 2 separate designs and prototype samples, one tailored for corn and the other for wheat. The project's highest constraint is quality. If government-regulated quality standards aren't adhered to, the products won't be approved. Based on what she finds through the monitor and control project work process, Margaret needs to correct mistakes, prevent negative outcomes, or repair defects to the products throughout the project. As the project to develop the ammonia-free fertilizer begins, one of the machines in the lab breaks down. Tom, one of the technicians, has brought this to Margaret's attention. There aren't any other labs in the area that use the same equipment, so Tom calls the manufacturer, who informs him that they'll need to fly in a repair technician from another city. He finds out the technician is available only the following week and that the repairs could take up to 2 days to complete. When Tom tells Margaret about the situation, she says she'll make some changes to the schedule baseline to account for the delay. Although the equipment is under warranty, Margaret has to charge the project for the technician's transport and accommodation, so she adds $1,000 to the budget. While reviewing a performance report, Margaret notices that one of the chemist's test results shows that the chemical composition of the test sample is all wrong. If this is not rectified, the product won't meet quality standards. Margaret discusses the problem with the chemist, Andrew. He wasn't aware of the inaccuracy until she brought it up. Now he'll have to redo the work before they can send the samples off for final testing. It will take 3 days to fix. Redoing the work causes a delay, but it will save the project a lot of trouble that could result from allowing the defective sample to be used. So Margaret adjusts the schedule baseline to account for a delay of 3 days. Then she uses the company's forecasting tool to establish revised end dates and total cost for the project. Just to wrap up, what principle do you think Margaret has in mind when she revises the schedule and cost baselines after Andrew agreed to redo his work? Margaret knows that there are other members of the team who rely on her to give them the most up-to-date and accurate information on the project, She makes sure to adjust the baselines to reflect the changes so that future efforts to monitor and control project work are not skewed. And this is how change requests and updates to the project management plan are so closely interrelated.